This was forwarded from Peggy Emancipated by me. Peggy Emancipated put it in my Twitter, and I put it here. And this Open for Record Act was for me to get records for something I needed for me. And Anita's number was in my Twitter. And Karen had asked me for Anita's number because she was going down the line calling people. So I found it in my Twitter and put it here.
So we know that Materna's made statements before, something to the effect of she's unable to diagnose, but she's talking about Ohio that I own guns. And here we are again. See, this is what she's trying to do. She is trying to set all of this up, right, for the red flag shit for me, because she doesn't like me. And all this is proof that she doesn't like me, but some of the things that she's trying to do and trying to convince others of. Now these are about Matt Verrier, and here we go. But look who's talking about me still, right? Just getting Matt. So here's Karen again, right? She's talking. This other person talking about Matt, and this one's still on me. So, if I was this horribly violent and like what are terms that this Materna has used against me, violent, etc., wouldn't those violations, those false charges that were dropped, if I was a abusive individual, that's what it is. I'm an abusive individual and an abuser, right? If that was the case, then wouldn't there be some of these that were actually substantiated and not withdrawn and removed due to the fact there were false reports? Wouldn't that make sense over a 5-year period that nothing, so abusive, but yet there's nothing, no charges, no nothing that went through? Isn't that crazy? It just kind of blows your thing out of the water, doesn't it, Materna? But I'll go ahead and go on. Well, here we go. Now, the other individual is talking about Matt Verrier, while Materna is going on about me. Isn't that interesting? I find it interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, isn't that interesting? Now, myself and other people believe that this person is, in fact, Karen Materna. So, those things just, this person would magically just pop up in the Twitter feed of somebody else with information about myself and Matt Barrier. Two men, not any women, just two men who she didn't like, right? And would just be randomly just throwing off information to an individual, never asked for, never spoken to them, but here, let me give you this, right? And then we have this man hater thing. Oh, it's disgusting how things he calls women, right? Right? Talking about Matt. Okay. Isn't that interesting? We've heard this before, haven't we? From somebody else? So here's Karen again, okay, with my court stuff, trying to find it. Now, pay attention to this. This tells you a lot here. So see, here's what it is. So it wouldn't open in her browser, but she wants somebody else to click on the court documents so it doesn't get registered back to her. No IP address, et cetera, is registered back to her. Okay, and then telling somebody else how to do it so it doesn't come back on her. Her IP doesn't get in, for doing these things, right? And here we are, Materna putting my cases, this one here, this is for this Court of Appeals, this is CA, right? And then Materna has all this information, but she's the one throwing this in this chat. Isn't that, it's interesting. See, oh, just magically it'll open in everybody else's, but it wouldn't register in hers, right? It wouldn't open in hers. So no, what it does is you don't want to have an IP trace back to you clicking and inserting yourself and trying to find things. You want somebody else to do it for you. And then you're telling somebody, again, what to do, but Materna, she didn't tell anybody what to say or do, right? Never, no, wait, no. So here's the other individual still looking at the stuff that they're sent for Matt. It's really, really weird how, especially for a lawyer, it would not pull up in her browser as a lawyer. I think I think the clicks didn't want to get registered back to an IP address associated with this one here for looking into it, trying to protect your ass. So you wanted somebody else to do it, right? So here, you really want to dig into my divorce, huh? And what would be the purpose of you wanting to see my divorce? You know, they're not online. What would be that purpose for you want to see that? Interesting. Let's just scoop this back just a second here. Okay. So here we go. Can you see the divorce case file? Still nothing on him. So you're still trying to dig up dirt on me. On me. For what reason, Karen? No. My case, my divorce is not online.